Hello everyone, Berserkhead here, and today I'm going to play Medieval 2 Total War with the Stainless Steel 6.4 mod. So, if you don't know what the Stainless Steel mod is, just go to the description, there is a link, open it, and you're going to find out what it is. And if you don't want to do that, it's totally fine. You're going to understand everything that I do in this video because I'm going to explain everything. So, first I'm going to play a short campaign because I don't want this let's play to be too long, and I just have other plans for this channel. I know what I should do with it, and I have some ideas for the future, but that doesn't matter. So I'm going to play the short campaign. I'm going to play with the Kingdom of Scotland, and the medium difficulty. Yeah, that's what I'm going to play on a medium difficulty, and all of these are checked. You know, it's pretty obvious what this is. So let's start the campaign. So in this video, it's not going to be too long. I'm just going to explain the basics of the game and what it offers, and I'll just play a couple of turns so you get the basic idea. If you haven't played the game, if you have played it, just watch the video. And I know it's gonna be pretty boring for you, but that's life. So first, this window wasn't important. These were just the names of the people who created the mod. Well, thank you people, I love the mod. And there are windows who are going to pop up here, and you're going to open them after every turn. So first, faction announcements. That's not important. Anyways, first, let me explain something. So when you're playing on the campaign map, it's a turn-based strategy. That means that you're going to play on different turns. Like one turn is 1 and 1.5 years. So now you see it starts in the very beginning of the 12th century AD. So every turn is going to be 1.5 years. And when you're fighting a battle on the battle map, it's a real-time strategy, and this is something that's very cool about this game. Then the basic features here on this menu, or whatever you want to call it. From here you end your turn, of course, after you did everything that you wanted to do. Yeah, pretty simple. Here is your financial overview. This is your income and this is your expenditure. This is pretty much self-explanatory. And here, these are the money that you get every turn, and these are the money that you give every turn. So you see you have income from farming, mining, trade, merchant trade, taxes, yeah, many things, yeah. Then these here, first of all, is the College of Cardinals. So when you have bishops or priests, you know, bishops, and if they get the required reputation, they could become cardinals, and these are all the cardinals. And these here are the bishop preferati. First, when you have just a cardinal, he has a vote to elect the new pope when the pope dies. Yeah, I think you get that. And the bishop preferati, well, basically one of these 3 bishop preferati will be the next pope when the pope dies. Yeah, I hope you get that. If you read history, if you have read that, you'll know what I'm talking about. If not, I just hope you got that. Then you have the show list, the list scroll. Yeah, here you have your military forces. These are your commanders or your generals. They're going to lead your armies. They have their own units of general bodyguard. They're pretty good unit, but that's not, they're just the guys who are going to lead your armies. So first you have your king. You see his stats are different from from the stats of the other generals. So he has command, chivalry, and authority. Well, what this is, every one of these stats shows how good your general is in different things. Like in command, he is very bad in command. Like he isn't that good of a commander. And this guy is our best commander. He has 4 stars. You read this, hardly a tactical genius, but this man is showing some aptitude for leadership. Yeah. Then the king has chivalry. I don't know what this actually is, but it's not all that important. And he has authority, and this is how good of a leader he is. You see, there is a general acceptance that His Majesty is a competent ruler. Yeah, so he's not a bad ruler, and this is only for the king, authority. And then the generals have dread and loyalty. So the dread isn't that important. This is how much the other generals that you face in battle fear this guy, and the dread is not going to go up to here to the maximum. Just don't expect that. When you have 2 dread, that's not even that low. And the loyalty is pretty important. It's the most important for me, because when you go on a conquest, some of these guys could betray you and they could become rebels, and you no longer have control over them, and they're no longer fighting for your faction. So the more loyalty you have, the less chance for that to happen there is. Then settlements, you have 2 types of settlements: cities and castles. So from the cities or towns or whatever, you're going to get more money, but you're not going to get that many military units. You're going to have different buildings, and they're mainly going to be buildings which provide you with money, production, and all that stuff. And from the castles, you expect to get your army. In the castles, you want to concentrate on military buildings and all that stuff. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Then the agents, you have how many types? 6 types of agents: spy, diplomat, cardinal, princess, assassin, and a merchant. So the spy spies on different enemy or whatever settlements. If you place him in a settlement or next to a settlement, you're going to see how much army there is in the settlement and what buildings there are, but this depends on his stats, you see. Then you have a diplomat, and the diplomat you're going to send to different factions to establish a diplomatic agreement with them. There are different things you're going to see when I establish a diplomatic relation. And you have cardinals or bishops. What they do, they convert people to Christianity. If you have lower rates of Christianity, you just send a priest or a bishop or a cardinal or whatever, and they convert more people to Christianity so that there is more peace and all that stuff, you know. And the princesses, you're going to marry to people. They could be from your faction, they could be from another faction, and if you marry your princess to a guy from another faction, then you're going to have a dynastic marriage, and that means alliance between your factions. Okay, then you have the faction scroll. I cannot explain this at this point because this is the first turn. I'm going to explain that later. And you have your family tree, which is pretty obvious. Yeah. Okay, so first, these are our 3 settlements. We have Inverness, Aberdeen, and Edinburgh. So these are cities, and this is a castle. So you have these things here, and the green face here is your public order. So the more public order you have, the more people are happy, the people who live in this settlement. And if this goes too low, there's going to be a rebellion and you might lose this settlement. How to prevent that? You just leave army there, you just build some buildings that you increase your public order and so on. Here's the population. I'm not going to explain that. And the population growth, this is how much your population grows every turn. So now it's 4%, which is pretty good. If you lower the taxes, you're going to earn less money, but the population is going to grow more every turn. For now, I'm going to leave this at normal tax rate, and also you cannot adjust the tax rate in castles. It's going to be normal all the time. So let's begin with this. First, I'm going to build some buildings. In here, in this castle, Inverness, I can get only Highland Rabble, which is the shittiest unit ever. It's the worst unit you could get. But yeah, if you don't have any buildings, like military buildings, you're just going to get that Highland Rabble. Or for the other factions, it is peasants, but for the Scottish, they look pretty different, so they have a different name. They have the lowest attack and the lowest defense and everything. So I'm going to I would want some infantry from Inverness, so I'm going to build this, which will provide me with Highlanders, more Highland Rabble, which I'm not going to use, and Spear Militia, which are not a bad unit. They're pretty useful unit. So I'm going to build that here, and in these cities I would want buildings that would provide me with more money. And here I would want land clearance, which increases my food production, as you could see here, and it also gives me money and population growth, but that's not important. And in Edinburgh I would want a port, because I don't have any ships. I cannot get any ships, so I would get a port. And now I'm going to get my diplomat to York,
my lord,
which is here,
course,
and you can see this is the diplomatic screen. So I would want trade rights and alliance with England.
I accept.
Well,
Yeah,
that
and
fruitful.
I missed something actually, which is this screen here. First, this is the Pope, and this shows how old the Pope is and his traits, and this is very important. This is how much the Pope respects every faction, and the more crosses you have here, the more Pope likes you, and the less you have, you know, the more he dislikes you. So if you go all up here, then he's going to be with you. He's going to support you whatever you do. And if you go down here, you're going to get excommunicated. As simple as that. He has you see, His Holiness feels no ill will against Kingdom of Scotland. This is for now, but if he calls a crusade and if I join, then this is going to grow up, and if I get Jerusalem, then this is going to grow to the top. Then diplomacy. Here you could see your allies. I already have Kingdom of England as my ally. You have enemies. The rebels are enemies throughout the whole game, and for every faction, that's just what it is. And vassals, I'm not going to explain that. This is not very important for the game. If you go there, if there are some vassals of other countries, I'm going to explain that. And this is your faction overview. So this is the general information about your faction. You could see capital city Edinburgh, faction leader King Edgar, greatest general Prince Alexander, as I explained earlier, 3 generals, I explained that as well, regions controlled, 2 cities, 1 castle, and all that stuff. And here, this is pretty important. This is the victory condition. So if I want to achieve victory, then I should have 25 regions, including Jerusalem, and I should eliminate Kingdom of England and Kingdom of Norway, and I have 460 turns to finish this. Yeah, so what is my strategy here? I first want the settlements which are here, and Dublin is here, and there's one more settlement somewhere here. But how I should do that? I should make army, and I should make ships and all that stuff. So let's get to it. Here, alliance announced. We have alliance with England.
For the
So
Highlands.
first I want to marry my princess. I'm just going
Yes.
to place her
A
at
wee
a
break
random
then.
location.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Then let me see where my... So you could see the religion here. It's 90% Catholic, and this is pretty good. 90% is pretty good. So I just
In
put
God's
it here
name.
anyways.
Time for a prayer.
And this guy I would put here
Something
because
to
later
investigate.
on I would like him
This shall
somewhere
not
here, but
cease, I have.
this will happen when I have my ships. And my diplomat, where is he? I want
Within your
him
command.
here because this will
I'll
become a
continue
port
tomorrow, sire.
in how many turns? In 3 turns, so I want him there by that time, so that I would send him to France and all that stuff. So I end my turn. You could see the different factions. Yeah, there are many factions in stainless steel. Yeah, I like that. It's pretty well done. So you just wait, and it is your turn again, right? You see these pop up, and I'm losing some money, which is totally normal because I built some stuff. And here trade increase. As I said, this is not pretty important. I put
Yes,
this
my
guy here.
Not possible.
This
sire.
princess. Okay, I'll just
Aye, my king.
just put her here.
Am
in
I to offer a
Edinburgh.
simple proposal, or my hand?
Merchant to the army? No, I don't want that.
How shall I represent
Okay,
Scotland?
I'll put her
Daughter
here.
of Scotland.
Your
This guy.
Highness.
I'll just move him here. It's
Very
good
good,
to
sire.
move the Cardinals on the map. And here I'm going to end the first episode of this Let's Play. I just wanted to explain the basics of the game, and yeah, I did that, and in the next episodes I'll continue playing. So I'm sorry if this video was boring for you, but it is very important to present the game when you're making a Let's Play, and not just play the game and present yourself. So anyways, see you next time. Goodbye.